What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome to MMORPG Tycoon 2. This is a game that's very different from pretty much everything else on my channel, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I figured I'd show it off to you guys in case you haven't seen it. It's pretty much a game where you build an MMORPG yourself, and a bunch of AI run around and play it. Everything's customizable, and it's really cool. So we're going to create our own MMORPG, and we're going to make a random name, I think. Let's do Sword of Swords. We're going to make Sword of Swords, the most generic name ever. Do we have a sword here? Yeah, okay, we'll use this one right here. The Sword of Swords game. We are good on everything else. Let's go ahead and create our MMORPG. Here we go. Sword of Swords. The most generic name ever. Okay, so we load into our MMORPG. We get this giant world right here that we basically can make how we want, I guess. So we're going to start out by building, or like by buying a place. We'll go ahead and purchase a region. We'll start off on this one right here. Okay, so this is our starting place right here. Fall Hill Pass. That's where players are going to load in. Now, everything is customizable in this game, which I find really cool. You can name this whatever you want. So if we wanted to name this Shoreland, I guess, also very generic, but we'll name this Shoreland because why not? So they'll start in the region of Shoreland. And Shoreland's a very weird place. It's a desert mostly, but there's also some mountains over here, some icy mountains, which is very strange. We can of course change that if we want to by going into the terrain and then drawing terrain on the area, but I think we're just going to roll with it. Give. All right, so our players are going to spawn in here. Let's make them a little town for them to spawn in. So we'll go into our buildings, we'll go to our inns, and we'll give them an inn. This is where they're going to log in and log out. So let's go ahead and place that right there. Maybe we'll give them a tavern so they can hang out with their friends. And I think that's it. We're just going to start with that. Nothing really crazy right now, just a little town. The next thing we need to do is construct a respawn point, which I believe is this. So this is like if they die, they'll respawn here. So we'll put that right next to the inn, I guess, so they can respawn right next to it. There we go. And finally, we just click this upgrade button and that'll start us right out. So let's go ahead and release. The last thing we need to do before we can get players actually coming into our area is create a little starting point. So let's go ahead and get one of these starting points here and place it maybe in the middle of our little town right here. We'll place it right there and we should be good to launch. I think that's everything ready. Let's see. And there we go. This right here is our MMORPG. Cactus. Vector Storm presents. That's the developers of this game. With development assistance from Victoria State Government, etc. Cactus. Town. More cactus. We should name this MMO Cactus Land. Swords of Swords. And there he is. There's our first player. Edsungzi is our first player. So it looks like Edsungzi is going into the little tavern thing. So as we progress, or as we let time go, more players are going to join, and they're going to be picking random classes. Now that's where the first fun, super awesome customization comes in, because if we go into our design menu right here, we can actually set what classes they can spawn as. So we have Scout, Paladin, and Wizard, and I'm going to change these because that's the most fun part of the game. We're going to give ourselves some fun classes. So for Paladin, I think this is the easiest one to change. I'm just going to change this into, I'm going to call this Tank for just for simplicity's sake, and we can change all these stats. But not only can we change these stats, we can actually give them abilities every single level that they go up, or every 2 levels, I guess. We can give them unique abilities that they can use, which is really cool because you can actually see them running around the world using these abilities, and you can also take control of them and use the abilities yourself. So our tank is going to have like a lot of health. By a lot, I'm just going to keep it at 20 because I think that's already more than average. I think average is like 15. So we're going to keep it at 20 health. Our tank is going to have, I guess, like some mana, because I guess we'll let them use that stuff. And they'll have a lot of rage as well, so they can use these. Now, these 2 stats right here are things that your abilities can require, so we can make them cost like mana or cost rage. Now, our tank's not going to have that much speed. We'll give them 4 speed, and I think that's going to be good for our tank. As far as tank abilities go, currently they have Strike and Divine Hammer, which if we click on them, we can see what they do, and we can even edit this. I think I'm fine with these starter abilities. I'll edit them if they need to be edited, but these seem reasonable to me. This uses rage, that's fine. We'll add more tank related abilities once they get up to a level. So for instance, we could click a new ability for level 2. We'll add, what do tanks do? They take aggro? I don't know if we can add like aggro take-ness, but we can definitely add like protect, which I think would give them like a protection. So if they have aggro, they'll take less damage, which is cool. So we'll make this cost them a little bit of mana. We'll give it a cooldown of like 10 seconds, so they can only use this every 10 seconds. And then for the next 5 seconds, they're protected from 30% of their damage. We'll remove this one because we don't want them to damage themselves. And finally, let's make this self-only. So our tank can only use this on themselves. It'll protect them 30% of their damage for the next 5 seconds, which I think is really cool that we can do this. We'll give it this unique icon as well and call this Fortify or something. I think Fortify sounds good. So we now have Fortify, and we can change the look of it. No, not stab the target. Fortify the target. Okay, when it's all said and done, we now have Fortify, costs 1 mana. You can only use it on yourself. It's an instant cast with a 10-second cooldown, and it fortifies the target, reducing all damage dealt to the target by 30% for 5 seconds. I can't talk. But yeah, that's what's really cool about this, is you can just make these unique abilities that have these cool things to them. So since we turned this into our tank class, let's go ahead and edit the model as well, because I want it to look a little bit larger. We'll go to one of the presets and see what they have for us. Oh gosh, we have like Golem presets and Gorilla. They've added a lot of this stuff over time, and they always add more of this. Maybe I'll go with like a lumberjack look and just change the head. Actually, we're gonna go with this knight right here, and we're just gonna change the head because you can change each individual one. So we'll give it like a I think we'll go with one of these right here. We'll just change the scale a little bit so it's more reasonable. We can just make it like a giant head. No, we're gonna go with a normal tank size right here. We'll change the colors up a little bit as well. Okay, there's our tank model. He doesn't have many eyes, or any eyes at all, actually. He just has kind of like this blank face. But there is our tank. He's gonna run around and do tank stuff, as tanks do. Okay. Oh my god, the picture. He's so low. Okay, so our scout, we're gonna turn into our, we're gonna turn this into our swordsman, I think. So it'll be our main damage dealer. And for our swordsman, I'm kind of fine with the look it gave us, because that does look kind of like, you know, he'd wield a sword or something. For abilities, we have volley and barrage. I'm going to give him more sword-related abilities. We'll have like a slash and a stab or something. Okay, so our swordsman has 2 abilities. He's got stab, which is just a normal stab ability, and then he's got power strike, which is a one that requires, I think, 1 second to cast. So he has to actually powerfully strike them, and it does a little more damage, which is cool. Oh my god, our tank. Okay, finally we're gonna go to our wizard and we're gonna change this into an angel. This is gonna be our healing class. Is it weird if I start with a vampire preset to start my angel because he's got a cape? I could just make it like a lighter color and it would look angelic. All right, our angel looks a little bit creepy, but this is our angel. Has less health than normal, lots of mana, and the starting abilities are just a strike and an ability that heals them, which has a long cooldown. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much editing. You can edit all this stuff, and it's really cool because there's a lot of customization you can do. And you'll see how once players actually start playing these classes, you'll start getting information on which ones are overpowered and which ones are underpowered and which ones you need to tweak, which is really cool. So let's keep going. Currently, there's really nothing to do in our game. I see a lot of players are becoming tanks. So I guess they favor tanks currently, unless these 3 all join together as friends and are like, let's all play tank. But anyways, yeah, let's give them some stuff to do. I want to give them, let's play some quest givers. So let's start with I guess we'll have a swordsman just hanging out right here. This will be a quest giver. And we'll make them a couple of quests. So for starters, we'll give them some easy quests. So this quest actually literally just tells them to go into here. Now we can customize it if we want. So let's have this one tell them to go to the graveyard and let's say seek bones or something. So pretty much it just makes them go there and come back, and they're gonna get XP and gold. If we wanted to, we could change how much they get from this. So we can make this like a super OP quest by giving them 400 XP and 100 gold, but we're not gonna do that because it's gonna break our game. So we're just gonna give them this one quest, or these 2 quests rather, and let them mess with those if they want to. What we really need to do is make some monster zones though, because currently there's nothing for them to do. By the way, all the scenery in this game is extremely oversized. If you place it manually, you can lower the size, which I usually do because I don't like having giant cactuses. But yeah, all the cactuses are massive. Look at the player height right here, and look at the cactus height over there. You can just see them towering over there. So let me make some monsters actually. We'll go back into our design thing and mess with the monsters. So these are the monsters we start with. I kind of like skeletons, so I might keep that. But some of these we can change and make them be what they want. So let's make a scorpion actually. Instead of the kobold right now, we'll run into our model editor, preset, and find a little scorpion, if they have one. I don't remember if they do. Otherwise we'll have to make it ourselves, which we can attempt to do. Okay, I don't think they have a scorpion, so we're just going to take the spider and we're going to mess with it until it looks like a scorpion by adding a tail. Actually, that looks pretty good. All right, so our scorpion started looking like a spider, but now he looks more or less like a scorpion. He has a tail-ish thing, so I guess, you know, you have to do a little bit of creative liberties there. But he's got two abilities. He can bite you or he can sting you. The sting does damage over time, so you got to watch out for that one. But it's got a pretty long cooldown, so we probably won't do that often. But anyways, yeah, we now have scorpions we can add. So let's add a couple scorpions in this world. We'll go to our, where is it? Scenery? No, NPC? And we'll make a little monster zone. So let's grab our scorpions. We'll make some level 1 scorpions all along this coast. So you better watch out if you're going here, because you have a lot of scorpions around here. So the scorpions will just kind of hang out over there. And if players want to go and like grind them to level up and stuff, they can. Or if they have a mission to kill scorpions, which they will in a second actually, let's give them a mission to kill scorpions. So this guy right here, quest giver, let's make, you know what, let's say a tank is over here, and this tank really wants you to go kill scorpions. Oh gosh, we need to pause it. They're already getting the quests, so if I change the quest mid-go, some of them are going to be upset, but I'm going to do it anyway because we want them to kill scorpions. So we want you to slay, waste is a weird word for them to use, slay 5 scorpions, and I'll give you 50 gold, or 50 XP and like 15 gold. There you go. Boom. Now we have a quest to slay the scorpions. We should start seeing a bunch of players going over there. We now have our first people going to fight scorpions. Now this guy's being ganged up by 2 of them, so he might actually die. He killed 1, but I think the other one's gonna get him. Yeah, rip. That's why you gotta take on 1 at a time. Or you level up and then take them on more. But this guy's fighting one over here. Sort of, maybe? No, I guess he's just kind of chilling. But if we wanted to, this is really cool about this game. You can actually like take over control of them with this. So I could become him. Look, I'm now him. I can attack that thing with this ability. Boom. Hit him with that. And I just basically keep hitting him with this. If I want to heal, I can use my heal ability, which will heal me up. Wait, it didn't heal me up. No, I healed him! No! I healed him. I needed to select myself first. That's funny. Oh my gosh, we have someone who reached level 2. Awesome. Let me see what he's doing. So this is our first level 2 player. He's just kind of sitting here. Okay, our first level 2 player is a tank. Did we give him a tank ability for level 2? I don't remember. Yeah, we did. So as they level up, we have to like keep adding abilities so they have new stuff. Otherwise, they won't have new stuff, which is not not great. So since we have a level 2 player now, by the way, this is a level 1 zone technically. So if we go into grid, we can actually see what level it is, and we can change it to be a level 1/level 2. I think we hold, what do we do? We hold this. So we'll make this a level 1 through 2 zone. How about? And now we can create level 2 enemies if we want, and they'll have a little bit more health and that sort of thing. But since we just started, let me take a little bit of time to make this thing a little bit better scenery-wise. I'm going to make this town look a little bit more cool, and I'll show you guys around after we have that. All right, and we're back. I've gone ahead and made the town a little bit more lively. I added a bunch of random buildings right here, which are just filler pieces. They're just pieces of scenery. You can't do much with them, although you can tell people to go with them as part of a quest and stuff. But I've also added a bunch of scenery over here. So a couple boxes, a couple barrels here and there. And over here, I've made like a little knights area, which I think I'm going to use for like quests and stuff. I can have someone in here give you a certain quest. So this guy right here, I made a little quest giver. I'm going to have him ask you to first go and talk to this guard about something. The farthest away guards. You guys know how MMOs are. We're gonna go, we're gonna say, go to this guy. So quest number 1 is not discover beer. It's ask about battle plans or something. Oh, you know what? I've got an idea. Okay, I know what we're gonna do. So quest number 1 is gonna be ask about bounties. Okay, so for quest number 1, you ask about bounties. For quest number 2, you're gonna complete a bounty. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this because you can actually create elite monsters as well. So it's the same as the normal monster, which would be the scorpion for us, except it's a little bigger and it's a little stronger as well. So we're gonna have our scorpion, we're gonna have an elite scorpion right there. And that's gonna be like a little mini boss. So you can fight him if you want, if you're just kind of over here, but really we're gonna have a quest to kill him. And that's gonna be the main reason players are gonna go over there and fight him. So, oops, let's click on our quest giver. And quest number 2 is going to be to slay that guy, whatever his name is. This big guy. Wait, did someone already kill him? Did you kill my quest? Did you kill my boss? Okay, I gotta wait for him to respawn now. But I mean, like, imagine you were developing an MMO and you just added a boss in. You don't think players would immediately rush to go and destroy him? Okay, there's my boss. Okay, so that's the mission to not investigate. We're gonna say conquer, slay. Well, I'm going to give you a decent reward for it. We're gonna give you 20, because this is a bounty. We're gonna give you 20 coins and we'll give you 50 XP. All this, by the way, is configurable. So I'm not going into this that much for this video because I don't know how much I want to go into this, but there's a lot more. Like, you can set up all the leveling so that you can make it grindier or less grindy, depending on what you want. You can set up the quest rewards, the combat stuff. There's just a lot you can do. You can enable parties, enable PvP duels. There's a lot of stuff you can mess with in this, so it's kind of cool. All right, now I know we have some level 2 people. I can check this right here to see. If I look at my levels, yeah, we have 30 level 2 players, and they have no level 2 things to fight. That's probably why my boss got killed so easily, because it's a level 1 boss, and a level 2 player was probably over there and was like, ooh, something a little harder. And they probably just destroyed him right then and there. So we're gonna add some level 2 stuff, since this is, after all, a level 1 and 2 area. Let's make some level 2 stuff. Let's just use scorpions again. We'll just have level 2 scorpions. We'll put them right here, actually. Okay, so that's our level 2 scorpion area. We're also gonna have a boss level 2 scorpion in here. Boss level 2 scorpion, just in the middle, chilling out. And did I make this the right level? Just checking. Yep, I did. We can change the density. If we want there to be like 1 billion scorpions, we can do that. Or if we want there to be less. I think I want less, actually, in this area, because it's a larger area. But yeah, okay. Let's have that be the thing. We're gonna scenery this up. Actually, we'll do a little scenery run for these 2 areas. But first, I want to build my path right here, going straight through the middle. That's why I left a little gap so that players can go through the middle if they don't want to fight any scorpions. Okay, so now we have our level 2 area. We're gonna have our level 2 quest giver over here as well. So let's make him a. Let's make this a tank. He's gonna be hanging out with these guys over here. So if you get to level 2, you can talk to the tank. And you know what? Since we're having a little fun, let's name this scorpion something cool, like Stingos. His name is Stingos. Is that too on the nose? Maybe a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna our second quest is gonna be to slay Stingos. All right, so first you slay the scorpions, and then once you've done that, you can slay Stingos, and you'll get a nice reward of 20 gold and 100 XP for that. So yeah, you really want to slay Stingos. He's a good one to slay. Okay, I'm gonna do a little scenery run so I can get a little bit of this area sceneried up, and it looks a little nicer. So give me a second, and I'll be right back. All right, I've done a little bit of scenery work, and here we are. So I made our boss area with Stingos a little bit cooler. It's got rocks on it now, and there's only 2 entrances. You can enter here or here. So yeah, they'll enter, they'll kill Stingos, and they'll leave, presumably. I wish I could make it so they could get a little reward once they kill Stingos, like a little chest that would appear or something. But no, this is the little Stingos boss. So yeah, I've also added a little decrepit camp right here with, so like, you know, a little bit of lore. Maybe there was someone staying here and then the scorpions took over or something like that. I don't know. I added an active camp here as well with a couple guards. Let me actually resume here so that they pop in. There's a couple guards just kind of defending this area. If scorpions get close, the guards will actually attack them, which is kind of neat. And I'll add a quest giver here as well, which will give them another quest. And in fact, this is really where the Stingos quest should be. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? There'll be a guy out here being like, oh, I've been trying for ages to kill Stingos, but I just can't. Maybe you, adventurer, can kill Stingos for me. And then that would be the quest or something. But I don't know. We'll find something to do with here. Maybe we'll make like a level 3 boss, which will be like Stingos' boss. And he'll be like over here or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I think we've got a pretty good start going here. Let's make some... actually, let me upgrade here, because I have an upgrade. And yeah, this is what I was talking about, where you can add a bunch of stuff. You get like a feature you can add, so you can go for some cool stuff. Some of these actually do stuff. Like flight paths and vehicles will give you abilities. I don't know if teleporters is in the game yet. Factions aren't in the game yet, unfortunately. PvP is in the game though, so you can do PvP. Parties is in the game, but a lot of this stuff doesn't really do much other than like add some stuff. I'm gonna do parties because that changes the game quite a bit, and I would like my MMORPG to revolve around parties. So once we have parties, we can go in here into our design dock and we can enable parties. And once we start playing, people are going to start grouping up into parties, which is kind of cool. It might not happen immediately, but it'll happen over time. So we'll see parties running around together, and they'll be fighting together, and they'll be super overpowered because it'll be like 4 people against 1 enemy. And it'll be like, oh my gosh. Oh, he's fighting the boss. Go random player, you can do it. I believe in you. There's 3 of them. There's 4 of them. They're all here. This random player, this level 1 angel has defeated the boss. Well done, Zle. You know, now that I've made it so that there are parties, I should probably give the angel a heal team ability. So let me give them one like that, that'll like heal others. Because her current one is self only, so she can only heal herself, I believe. Wait, hang on. No, I forgot to set it there. It should be self only. So I just nerfed Angel, I guess. But I'm giving her a new ability anyway, so it's fine. Actually, you know what? Let's give her a damage ability, because she doesn't have much. Let's give her like an angelic blow. Let's give her like an angelic strike ability. That would be cool. Okay, so I feel like our healer class is going to be the most overpowered class, but I gave her Angelic Strike, so this is an ability that that pretty much, it's a 10-second cooldown, so you can't use it that often. It's going to be a missile range, though, so she can use it from distance, which is making it even more overpowered. But anyways, it costs some mana, it damages them, and it inflicts them with Weaken for 5 seconds. So they're going to be, they're going to take more damage, pretty much. Which is going to be really good for party stuff, because you can hit them and then your team can continue doing damage. So it's kind of cool. By the way, every level that they increase, these abilities get stronger. So if you scroll through this, you'll see that the mana cost goes up, but also the damage numbers go up quite significantly. So where level 1, you're doing 3 damage. By level 20, which is the max level, you're doing 438 damage. So yeah, everything in this game scales with levels. So that's kind of cool. You can turn that off if you want to as well. If you're playing this and you want to turn it off, by the way, that's going to be in the design document and then XP and leveling. The boost per level, you can set it to 0, or you can set it to 100%, or whatever you want, really. 100% would mean every level your abilities become 100% stronger. So if I apply this right now and then just take a look, let's look at our player class. So that same angel right there that's doing 3 damage by level 1 will be doing 786,432 damage by level 20. So if you want a game that scales like crazy, you could do that. All right, I think it's time for another enemy. Let's go to monsters real quick and add in a rat. We'll remove the bear and add in a rat. Okay, I feel like rat should have been our first enemy, but it's basically only got 1 ability. It's got bite. This is going to be our level 1 enemy. We're going to switch everyone in here from attacking these to attacking the rats. And this guy is instead going to lead you to this camp where they're going to tell you to slay Stingos. Okay, let's put the rats in here. NPCs, get one of these guys. We'll have a rat king as well. How about that? Rats, level 1 rats. They're just going to kind of be hanging out around here. Oh, they're massive. Okay, I'm going to make them smaller. Don't worry. To make something smaller, by the way, you just go in here to the model editor, you go to the torso one, and you adjust it. The bone scale is what makes them small. You might also have to make them go down a little bit, because they're probably going to be floating. There we go. I really like this idea of being able to just edit everything and make them how you want them to look. It's really cool. Okay, we have our rats. I'm going to make this crowded, because there's not very many of them, and I want there to be more. And we'll have a rat king maybe off over in this direction. Kind of away from the normal rats this time. All right, there you go. Scenery is done. So Toto is our rat. I'm actually fine with that name. Toto is our level 2 rat, and he's got this giant cave. You can only enter in one direction. If I did a time lapse for the scenery, you saw I built like a wall around here and then put scenery over top of it. That means they can only enter this one way, which is gonna look kind of cool. So Toto is going to be the quest for this guy, and I'm gonna pause it real quick. I think some people are gonna get mad at me because I'm changing the quest basically, but slay bone, that's the level 1 guy. Okay, this guy right here, instead of asking you to slay scorpions, he's gonna ask you to slay rats. Defeat the rats. And then instead of asking you to slay Stingos, he's gonna ask you to slay Toto, who is our rat king. Where's Toto? Toto's hiding inside the rock. Okay, no, don't intimidate, slay. It means, it's the same quest, it means the same thing, but they just like to use words like intimidate or destroy or stuff like that. Okay, so after you defeat Toto, he's going to ask you to check on the forward camp where you go and talk to this guy. Now, this guy is going to give you your Scorpion level 2 missions. So it says cull the Scorpions. We're just going to rename this to slay. I mean, I guess you can say cull. Why not? They just have weird words. And we're going to ask you to kill this guy. Wait, did someone already kill him? Do I have to wait again for someone for him to spawn? Oh, no, he's hiding in there. Okay, defeat Stingos. And you're going to get a lot of gold for that. All right, there we go. I think we're doing pretty well. Let's speed up time a little bit and let people go and hang out. We can go and check on what people are doing. We have a lot of people hanging out in this town. These guys right here are socializing. You can see them just chatting with others. It's kind of cool. They're just hanging out. What is this player? This is a level 2 angel. Dang, okay. Do we have any level 3s yet, I wonder? I doubt it. I think it would have given us a message. We have almost as many level 2s as we have at level 1s, which is crazy. That means they might be leveling up too fast, which we could do something about that, but I think I'm fine letting them level up and stuff. But it's kind of cool. We can just fly around and watch them as they fly and do what they need to do. So one of the really cool things about this game is you can go as into it as you want to. Since it's all customizable, you can make whatever lore you want to about your game, or you could just go in and mess with people. Like I can level anyone up I want. Like if I take this guy right here, let's say this guy right here, I want to be a level 2 swordsman, I can just go bam, you're now a level 2, congratulations. And I can go bam, you're now a level 1. Sorry. No, I'm gonna make him level 2. You can't give someone a reward like that and then take them away. But I could like invent a level 20 player. I could just have a level 20 running around if I wanted to. But yeah, you can get into it if you really want to as well. So currently we only have some easy quests like go slay this, go slay that. If we wanted to, we could set up like a major quest line that kind of leads you on an adventure from village to village. So from region to region, and eventually culminates into a big boss battle or something. We could do all that. So if I wanted to do something like that, I would probably maybe make this, what would I do actually? Let's go over here and make like a little out of the way area. So we're gonna have our major quest line start by going all the way out here, and we'll make it a giant wizard tower. So let's go with our buildings. We'll put up a landmark, and we'll put up a wizard spire. So we'll have like a little wizard tower all the way out here, and this will be the start of our main quest line. So someone over there, I don't know who yet, will tell you, go out and check on the wizard. We heard a call from something. You'll come over here, then you'll start your quests that will slowly lead you to where you are. So let's say this main quest start by you have to visit this angel, and this is like a hermit, you know, like someone who doesn't really hang out with a lot of people. They're kind of like living on their own in this little spire. You've got to go visit them, and they're going to give you some quests. They're going to be like, are you worthy? Go kill the skeletons. Well, skeletons over here. And then once you kill the skeletons, they'll be like, all right, go kill the skeleton boss over here. And then once you kill the skeleton boss, they'll be like, okay, I see you're worthy. I have a mission for you. And they'll send you on their next place where you might go to a village of them or something and like start the main quest or something like that. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Let's use our scenery, or let's use our terrain rather, and make this a swamp. We're gonna remove these trees and re-add them. But this wizard is gonna live in a swamp. Which is a very bizarre choice, by the way, to add a swamp on the edge of the desert, but whatever. It'll work. Okay, so see how it adds all these giant trees? I mean, you can keep them if you want to, but I don't like the giant trees. I mean, look how big they are compared to the wizard tower. I'm not a fan. So I'm gonna remove all these and re-add them. Okay, there we go. There's my swamp. I like the scale a lot better. When you're walking in, you don't feel like there's massive trees towering, and the tower is actually what's towering, not the trees themselves. Okay, so I kind of like this as our swamp. That's going to be our person. We'll have them go to this area here, which will have the skeletons. Let's actually make sure we have the skeletons set up right. I know we have some in here, but I want to make sure their abilities are good. But we'll have like a gray skeleton with red eyes. And its teeth will be blue. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're just going to keep it pretty simple. So we've got our major skeletons here, where her first quest is going to be to go kill some skeletons. And her second quest is going to be to kill Ura over here. So Ura is going to be the final quest. Okay, and in main quest fashion, once you defeat Ura, she's gonna be like, oh, hey, okay, you're worthy, you killed Ura. But maybe while you're discovering, or while you're fighting Ura, you discover something at this little castle over here. You're like, oh, that's not quite right. In fact, let's put some scenery in here real quick. All right, there you go. So you discover some sort of pentagram thing, and he's like chilling by it. So you're like, what the heck is going on here? And then you bring that back to her, and she's like, oh my gosh, we must investigate. We must bring this to the high order of the angels, who are going to be like so far away, and you'll go like talk to them, and they'll give you your main quest stuff. So that'll be the start of the main quest. And I've added some suspicious looking things here. You know, we've got a body looking thing on there, so there's definitely been a sacrifice. We've got a chain going out to the ocean, so maybe there's some crazy demon ocean monster that's down there or something. I don't know. There's just some suspicious stuff we can work with later. That's pretty much how I would set it up. Some sort of main quest line that would be fun at some point. So yeah, we have those missions. There we go. Okay, so we added a little bit of scenery here. She came in on a boat maybe. She has a little camp over here, and there's a couple of destructed buildings hinting that this might have been a bigger wizard area before something happened, and then you can like play off of that in like a lore thing or something. I don't know. Just a cool little idea. Oh, she's got little wards too, little stones with symbols on them, presumably to protect her from these guys over here. So it's kind of neat. Okay. We have a streamer who's connected. So this game does have streamers who can play your game, and they can give you like a buff if they enjoy your game. So this is our streamer right here, Kitten Purple, playing as a swordsman who has a shovel, might I add. Interesting choice, but whatever. I don't think this will tell me much about how she's streaming. It'll tell me at the end if she had a good time. I can level her up if I want to be like, if I want to be morally questionable. Just level up all the streamers who play this so they have a better time. But anyways, yeah. Okay, we have a pretty good thing going here. Oh, hey, we won an award for best visuals. That's pretty good. Oh God, okay, our players love to swim apparently. They're all socializing in the water. If we click on these areas, by the way, we can see some statistics. So way more monsters are dying than players are dying. We could try and balance that if we wanted to, but honestly, it's a low level area. I'm kind of fine with it being relatively easy. For the level 2s, maybe the level 2s need some buff. Actually, speaking of buffs, let's take a look at our classes again, because enough time has passed that they've probably started to discover which ones are good. So the swordsman is an A tier class according to the game. The tank is an S tier class, so that's the best class you can play right now. And the angel is a C tier class. So I thought the angel would be overpowered with angelic strike, but they're not. So what I could do then is I could bump that down to a 10-second cooldown and see if that helps them out a little bit. Strike as well, I can make it do a little more damage and see if that helps them a little bit as well. And then we kind of let them play and see if that balances out. So I've added 2 things to the front of this city. We've got 2 farmers, one who is doing it right by farming cactuses in the desert, and they're going pretty well. And the other one who's doing it wrong by trying to farm wheat in the desert, and it's not going so well. He has a cactus, actually. But yeah, 2 farmers. Nothing really there. I just felt like there was a bunch of empty space here that I needed to add, so I added something. Oh, we have an upgrade. Let's go ahead and upgrade our hugs for socializing points. All right, we're at 2,000 subscribers here, so we can now do what I wanted to do, which is make a new class. And I'm gonna make a bit of a meme class because I just want to do this before we end the video, because I think it's funny. We're gonna make a preset class, and we're gonna make a... what should I let them be? Let's make a goat class. We're gonna let players play as a goat. They can play as a tank, they can play as a swordsman or an angel, and they can also play as a goat if they want to. And we're gonna give it goat abilities. We'll give it the base health of like nothing, base mana of like nothing. I'm gonna give it a lot of rage. It's gonna be a very angry goat. But it's gonna be fast. That's gonna be the thing about this. It's gonna be a really quick goat. So the goat can either whack you, I think, which will do like a damage. And it's also gonna be able to bah at you. Because I think goats bah, right? All right, the goat's got two abilities. It can whack you, which will do 0.5 damage and stun you for 0.5 seconds, and it has a 1 second cooldown, so that's kind of overpowered. And it's got a bah ability, which will drain your rage, because you're like, oh my god, a goat's bahing at me, that's so cute, or something like that. And it's also going to damage you over time, which is also overpowered. So the goat is extremely overpowered. You could say it's the goat. So we're going to let them start spawning in as the goat. We're gonna see if anyone spawns as a goat. Is that a goat over there that I see? That is. We've got some goat players. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. That's the exact emoji that you should be doing if you're a goat player. Look how fast it is too. They're so much faster than everyone else. The goat player. The goat's passing him on the right. There it goes. I want to see a goat in battle though. Oh yes, we have a goat in battle. Okay. All right, let's watch our goat fight. The goats actually don't have that much health, do they? Yeah, they only have 5 health. So the goat is pretty much like a glass cannon. It's got some really overpowered abilities, but at the same time, if it gets hit, it's done for. All right, we're playing as the goat. We need to go find an enemy. Let's go take on one of the bosses. We're gonna go take on Stingos if we can. Oh, we got 2 aggroed on us. Okay. Hit him with this. Bah! Oh, we're gonna get killed. We're gonna get killed. Ah, no, we died. We killed one though. That was pretty good. So we can only take on like 1. Granted, these are a higher level than we were, so that was pretty impressive. We killed a level 2 and we were only a level 1. He got bad at. So we should have bad at the other one probably. All right, we have successfully destroyed this game by adding goats to the game. So this is MMORPG Tycoon 2. If you want to try it out, this is not sponsored. I just really like this game and I played it a little bit and figured it'd be fun to show it off to you guys a little bit. Yeah, so if you want to see me do more of this, let me know in the comments. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. We are going to end it there. So again, let me know if you want to see me play more of this. If we do, we'll probably continue on this save, and I will probably remove the goat class, unless I should keep it, I don't know. Maybe we keep the goat class. But anyway, yeah, we could do some fun stuff in this game, I think. So let me know if you want to see more. Otherwise, if you like this video, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next video.